Welcome to GC Cars. My name is Eric.
And I'm Jesse.
And this is the all-new Honda CR-V EXL. All right, all-new CR-V.
Eric, why are you so close to me right now?
Because you got the umbrella. You could have brought a bigger one, but it's getting really bad.
This is just lovely weather,
So
guys.
if we carefully walk around to the front, so we're going to talk about the exterior first. We're going to talk about the interior. I'm going to drive it as usual. This is the EXL, which probably stands for nothing, but it's the top trim. And yeah, what do we think of the exterior?
I think they did sorry, let me get you under this
Thank
coverage.
you. We can move over if you want.
Yeah, I think they did a nice job on the exterior on the redesign. It looks a lot more refined.
Yeah, it looks more refined, definitely more aggressive than before.
Right.
But more modern. I really like it. The color's platinum white pearl. I got my toque. I can move beyond the confines.
And this is an optional color. It actually costs 500?
300.
300
Canadian, maple dollars. But in the sun, it actually looks pretty nice because it's like sparkly and white. Look, watch my old CR-V review if
We
you
have
want to
no
see
sunshine
that.
right now.
We have no. It just keeps getting worse. And wheels are.
They're wheels.
Yeah, they're pretty boring wheels. I'll be honest. I mean, whatever. It's a CR-V, but we got a lot of sidewall, which I quite like. So it's a little bit smoother. Like literally, the side profile looks like every other SUV on the market. But actually, side profile, it doesn't have the CR-V hump anymore. Right. So that's one thing we lost,
Streamlined it.
which I really don't mind. It looked a little awkward before.
The rear end looks nice. It's very CR-V. It's nothing...
Yeah, I like the new taillights. I think they look sharp, more defined. Just pretty much like the whole car. It just kind of went on a diet, went to the gym for 3 months, getting ready for that summer beach body. And we got...
you.
Like me, oh man. Like when summer hits, I'm gonna be here. Looking jacked.
But there's an all-wheel drive sticker on.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. They always do that. They always do. So at first, when I saw that, like years ago, I thought it was like somebody just put an all-wheel drive sticker on their car,
right?
Because like, why put that sticker on it? Honestly, I don't mind it. If you don't like, you can just take it off. So whatever. But it's clean looking. It's a Honda CR-V. Like seriously, what?
What more do you expect?
Do we want to go inside?
Yeah, let's get out of this.
It's dry in there, which is really nice. All right. Nice and dry inside the CR-V. I put on the
dry.
Actually, pretty moist. I put on the heated seats, hoping that it'll eventually warm us
I had
up.
to use that word, moist.
Yeah, I wanted to make it as awkward as possible. I'm speaking moistly, learning from the politics. Anyway, it's a Honda interior. It looks like the new Civic, which isn't a bad thing. But it's like, I like this kind of mesh grille, honeycomb kind of like front. It's very Honda-y. It's not the nicest out there.
You already know how I feel about the piano black, so I don't really have to.
It's very little though, and it's not a touch point. To be fair.
To be fair, yes, you're right. This is, but that is.
But at least.
But it looks good. I like this. I don't know what would you call this? The honeycomb, yeah.
Yeah, both is kind of like honeycomb and diamondish. Yeah, it definitely breaks it up a little, which is nice.
The seats are pretty nice, actually.
The seats are nice. I just wish they had a little bit more support because I keep sliding down in them.
100% agree.
And which just caused me on longer drives. As soon as I drove more than 10 minutes, I noticed I'm sitting like this, like, oh, I should sit upright. Ooh, I should sit upright. And it's just not perfect. No ventilated seats either, unlike in a Sportage, for example, or a Tucson, where you get that. And otherwise, well, functionality-wise, it's really totally fine. The infotainment, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay Wireless,
pretty
which
responsive.
Is nice. Pretty responsive. I like how it looks. You can put on your favorites at the bottom, which is good. Our gauge cluster is digital analog mixed, works totally fine. All the important controls are physical, so we don't have to go to the touch screen. Plenty of space. So really kind of a take.
USB-C, USB.
Yeah.
12 volt, standard stuff.
Wireless charger. The takeaway here is it's not the nicest, it's not the most feature rich, but it'll do. Like if you just need a space to be in that works and you have all the basic features, it's easy to use, CR-V totally does the bag.
Got plenty of room in the rear?
Yes, plenty of room. Big window on your side. We have heated seats, but unfortunately, once again, kind of like the support isn't quite there. You keep sliding down. You can't slide them forwards or anything to adjust that either.
And we have no USB or USB-C back
Which
there.
is like, why?
It's a family vehicle, right? Like you expect that to be a standard feature.
If anyone over 6 rides in that back seat, they want to charge their phone probably. So that's a bit of that's kind of the worst aspect of this interior.
Kind of inexcusable at this price point, in my opinion. Yeah,
it's not quite as good. We have a sunroof though, not the big one, but It works. And lastly, storage, as always with the CR-V, it's really good actually. So just like that, we have 39.3 cubic feet of space. And if you put on the second row seat, you get 79.6, yeah, cubic feet of space, which is quite a lot actually.
And we were talking about the CX-5 before. This has 16 cubic feet more storage space than the CX-5.
Yeah, if you put the seats down, and the CX-50 is even worse. I think it's like 19 cubic feet.
That's a lot.
So this can haul a lot. It's not like the most. The Tucson and the Sportage are very close to it, but it's definitely one of the best in the segment in terms of its storage space. So, and also when you open it, you notice it's a big opening, wide open. You don't really have to cram anything in there. Good amount of space. Do we want to get driving though to get all that moisture off the car to keep the vocabulary?
We need to do that.
Let's go. Okay, out in the rain, in the pouring rain here in the CR-V. Let's floor it. Traction control off. Let's see how much grip we have.
Took a while to get up there.
Yeah, took a while to get up there, and the rain makes it feel a lot more intense. But it's like launching off a carrier, man. It's so fast. Not really. So this drivetrain actually is a carryover from the last gen. It's like exactly the same. We have 1.5 liter, because it's not hybrid, 1.5 liter turbo inline 4, producing 179 pound-feet of torque and 190 horsepower, sent to all four wheels. It is not blazingly fast.
Too fast, too furious.
Oh yeah, and it's got a CVT, so you know it's responsive and sporty, even in sport mode, which, because it's the same shifter as in the HR-V, I keep accidentally putting it in, and then after driving 30 kilometers, I'm like, why is my fuel economy so horrible? And it's like, oh, I was in sport mode. But like, it'll do its job. If you don't have any like sporty aspirations or anything, don't need dynamic driving car, it'll be totally fine. The fuel economy is good. It'll get under 9 liters per 100 kilometers combined.
I mean, it doesn't help that we just drove the Ford Lightning. I mean,
it does not help that we just drove the Ford Lightning. That is true. It was a tiny bit faster, only about like 5 times the torque, but also probably double or triple the weight. Like, yeah, I don't like this drivetrain in like from a personal standpoint, but it does what it's meant to do. Get you from A to B sufficiently easy and
fairly efficiently.
Exactly. So yeah, whatever. We will try a handling test here, a very light one. Like, you're just gonna like, you know, dance that CR-V into the corner. I'm gonna keep it mild here. Just gonna put into sport. Let's see. It actually is fairly nice to drive. Once you get into like, once you try to drive it in a bit of a sporty manner, the steering is pretty direct and fairly responsive. And
you handle the corner well.
Yeah, and it stays pretty flat through corners. I was actually, when I was doing a handling test in better conditions than this, I noticed it does drive actually quite nice. It's fairly good in terms of its driving dynamics. It's not like sporty, but it'll do fine.
If you're trying to get into that Loblaws parking spot, you know, real quick,
you can just send it.
There you go. Oh.
Do you want to drive?
Yes, let's do it.
All right.
Eric, why do you look so small right now?
Because these seats are not height adjustable, unfortunately. So this seat is not height adjustable, so I'm just going to stretch a little bit. Definitely.
It's okay, my son.
Listen, I'm race car sized, okay? I'm built to drive race cars. Anyhow, also, I'm not drying up as quickly as I want to. The heated seats could be a little stronger.
They're more like warm seats.
Yeah, they're warm seats. They're not really heated seats, unless I'm like in like a Ford or a GM where it burns your butt away.
Yeah.
Which is actually quite nice. But yeah, let me just, it's so wet out here.
It's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad. This might be some of the worst weather we've ever filmed in. So excuse that and excuse the audio, but there's nothing we can do about it. The whole week was literally like this.
We used the word moist earlier, but that doesn't suffice. We're wet.
It's more like an aquarium, actually.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you behind the wheel right now, what you will notice is what I actually kind of like. The brakes are fairly soft.
Yes.
So it's not like, it doesn't jump on the brakes, unlike the Outlander, for example. The Outlander was really jumpy on the brakes.
Very jumpy.
This one, you can really gradually come to a stop.
These are nice. That was my biggest complaint actually with the Outlander driving. It was the brakes.
Yeah, I remember the first time we stopped it, like, but yeah, and really that's the CR-V thing. It's like, it's easy. It's effortless. You don't have to think about it.
Yeah, it's easy driving experience, smooth driving experience, nothing exhilarating, nothing exciting, but that's not what it's meant for.
Suspension-wise though, I think it rides pretty nice.
It
is
does.
comfortable to drive. It is comfortable to ride, and what really helps is that we have a lot of tire sidewall because our wheels are not very big. So that's good. On the other hand, though, noise is
That's one of the issues.
yeah, it's quite loud in here. Of course, right now you can't take the monsoon we're driving through here right now as a reference point, but in dry weather on the highway, it does get quite loud, and the stereo system does struggle to kind of overcome these frequencies. So that's definitely something that you will find to be better executed in some of the other competitors. And lastly, I would say we could talk about tech, which is fairly good. You have, not available right now because the visibility is too bad, but technically have an active lane keeping assist and lane centering assist that works in the city as well.
Yep.
You don't have to couple it to cruise control, so you can just have your steering assist active. It works pretty much everywhere. It works really well, even through intersections. I've seen it work. So when the lines disappear for a couple of seconds, it'll readjust, look for the lines up ahead, and steer there. It's a really good system. Lane keep assist, braking assist, you really got all the important stuff. Nothing that really jumps ahead in terms of what, for example, a Tucson or a Sportage offers, but it has everything you need. That beautiful CVT noise.
Yeah, it's
I love it when the gears just, the revs just stay the same.
definitely not my favorite.
No, but I think that's a good kind of crossover segue to the conclusion, which is, I don't think neither of us love this, but it's not meant for us. It's not made for us.
It's not a driver's car. It's just a car for someone who needs something reliable, needs something efficient, something safe, something they can use to take their family around the city, to school, whatever it is.
Exactly. It's super spacious. If you just want to get from A to B,
Yeah.
and you don't want to think about it too much, and you just want to get in your car, you know it works, you know it's going to be quick, easy, all that. That's where the CR-V excels.
But there are noteworthy competitors.
Yes, I would still say, okay, like a Sportage or a Tucson, I don't love them 100% either, because some of the controls aren't as good as in here because they're touch-based, but they're nicer, they have more features, they are pretty much just as big in terms of cargo space, they have similar or better power figures.
Yep.
And you can only get this as a normal hybrid, not as a plug-in hybrid, unlike those two. So yeah, really, the CR-V, I kind of expected it, this new gen, to come out and kind of clearly be the best compact SUV on the market. I don't think it is that. It's a very good car for people that just need a car. They don't want a specific car, they just need a car, and it does that well.
It does.
So what's the price on this?
The price is $46,295.80 Canadian.
Yeah, which is honestly, I mean, it's still a lot of money.
You're getting up there.
You're getting up there.
It's not a bargain price.
It's not a bargain price, but really, like, it's just, I guess, the economy in the last few years. That's where compact SUVs end up these days.
Yeah.
Now, what that does bring up is if you want to have a bit of a nicer car and you can sacrifice some of the fuel savings and maybe some of the storage, that is where the Mazdas become really interesting. CX-5, CX-50, they will be a lot nicer for the same price, pretty much.
Yeah, and I've been an open fan of the CX-5.
Yeah, I love the Mazdas. I'm more of a CX-50 guy myself, but
I
they're
haven't driven
really
that one
good.
yet.
Yeah, we're gonna get you in one soon. Sportage, like I said, it's like, and you can get plug-in hybrids for this price, so it's really, it's a very close segment. It's probably the closest segment on the market. You will never go wrong with the CR-V, but there might be cars that are more right for you.
To be fair, I don't think you can go wrong with any of the cars that we mentioned in this competitive space.
Oh yeah, there's so many good cars. There's
So-
so much money in this segment. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say about the CR-V. Overall, good job still. Good job, Honda. Anyhow, thank you so much for watching.
Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, again, tune in because we are posting one video every single week.
Yeah, we'll see you on that one. Thank you and goodbye.
Peace. We're awkwardly close right now.
We are. We shouldn't look at each other.
It's lovely right now. It's just lovely outside.
This weather is great. What do we have here?
We have a CR-V.
Cool. Dude, that, like, the writing here is just, you don't need scripts. Just put in a cool.
Cool. Let's go inside. All right.